Hi, my honeys. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I have decided that this year is 2020 Thrive. That's what I'm going to be doing this year, and I hope you will join me. 2025 is a 9-year though, and seeing as we've come out of recently exploring the topic of numerology, I thought I would delve a little deeper into what exactly it means to have a 9-year. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much for all of your wonderful support throughout the whole of 2024, and I hope that we will journey together through this new year as well. If you are new here, you are most welcome. I am just Melissa, and this is Empower Empire, where I am all about sharing my experience, my learning, and tools with you to help you to increase your sense of personal power in your life. What could be more important at the start of a new year? If you have not watched my 2 previous episodes entitled Numerology and Personal Numerology, please pause this video and go and watch those 2, because they will give you a very good foundation for what we will be discussing in this episode. And that is the fact that 2025 is a 9-year. Why? Because 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. What does it mean that it is a 9-year? Well, for starters, in numerology, everything happens in cycles of 9. So this is the final year of a 9-year cycle that was begun in 2017. Cast your mind back for a minute. Perhaps go through old photo albums to spark your recollection. Where were you at the start of 2017? What was happening in your life? What new things began in that 2017 1 year? What were your relationships like? What were you struggling with? What were you contemplating? What were you looking to change? How were you wanting to grow? These are important questions, my honey, because this year is the completion of all that. Because that is what a number 9 is, primarily. It is completion. There's nothing to fear about that. Some people hear completion and get scared because they associate it with endings, which they then associate with some form of loss. And while that can happen, if something's lifespan is just over, that business idea just hasn't worked. It's been a little bit like flogging a dead horse. This is the year to truly see and surrender to that fact. If a relationship is truly toxic and the parties involved are just making it worse and worse for each other, creating more and more unhappiness, nobody's learning, growing, or expanding, the energy of a number 9 year will quite naturally make that obvious and bring it to a close. We're free will beings, so we can always resist that. But generally it is wise not to, and to go with the flow of the cosmic energy. Because, my honeys, anything that ends in a 9 year is ending because there is a brand new and much better beginning waiting for you in the next number 1. Sometimes things that we can't even imagine, so much better than we would ever have thought. And anything that takes place in a 9 year is setting the stage for that to be possible. It's about trusting that. But number 9 is not just about things ending. It's also about the natural conclusion of things, including rewards. So whatever you have been putting effort into for the last 8 years, and 9 year is the year in which that effort is rewarded. Whatever is due back to you karmically arrives. Seeds that were planted in 2017, in that 1 year, not only have sprouted, blossomed and bloomed, but 9 years are prime harvest years. It's good news. It's so exciting. We are not rewarded for what we suffer through, my honeys. No one is rewarded for having had a really hard time, or for things having been unfair, or awful, horrid, horrible, choose your adjective. We create all that, my honeys. So we're not rewarded for it, because we weren't punished with it to begin with. What we are rewarded for is what we have learned, how we have grown, how we have changed, how we've expanded, how much more we have embodied of light, love, truth, generosity, grace, mercy, and wisdom. We are rewarded for our efforts in the light, efforts that are in line with the nature of life. So a 9 year is a year to celebrate and to wait in trust with eager anticipation for what you know are your just rewards. It's a great year to keep in mind. I know I am a blessed being, and life is about to show me just how much. Additional insight can be gleaned by knowing what your personal year is in this 9 year cycle. As I shared in personal numerology, I think, the way that you calculate that is to add the digits of your birthday and month to the year that you had that birthday in order to know what personal year you are living. So by way of example, my birthday is on the 3rd of October. So when you add 3 for the 3rd, 1 for October the 10th, 1 plus 0 is 1, and 2024, which was an 8 year, you get 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I am having a personal year 3 for the course of most of 2025 until my birthday in October. So in terms of what will be completed and what will be rewarded, my clues will be in my personal year. A year 3 is all about life. So I can anticipate some major life cycles completing. I can anticipate major life changes that will flesh out in fruition in 2026, year 1. I can anticipate great rewards from life for everything that I have put my heart and soul, effort and work into for the last 8 years. So calculate your personal year, my honeys, and then go to your awareness to try to discern in what areas the energy of blessed completion and potential blessed endings may be operating in your life. In a personal year 1, what may be coming to completion is some form of loneliness, isolation, perhaps distorted ideas about independence, going it alone, and even ideas that you might have thought were a good idea, but aren't. In a year 2, it's all about learning and relationships. So you may be completing a current course of study or learning or a cycle of life lessons you've been going through. A relationship may move to the next level. It could potentially be time for commitment, engagements, and planning for weddings in a year 1. I've discussed year 3 in relation to myself. In a personal year 4, foundations and stability, and 9 year may change those. We may find a sense of security in different things. And we may decide to build on a completely new foundation in the year to come. In a year 5, 9 can end so much chaos. It can complete cycles of destruction and let that be over. In a year 6, love may come full circle. A new level of an understanding of what love really is may be experienced in your life. In a year 7, you may access the fullness of very high spiritual truths and begin to make intentions and plans for being the living proof of that. In a year 8, things that you have been working on financially may come full circle, be completed, and rewarded. So there's so much to look forward to in this new year, my honeys. And I bless you all with all the beneficence of the number 9. Whatever new plans or ideas you might have, this is a great year for contemplating them, but to metaphorically keep those plans under your pillow and sleep on them. Next year will be the time to start. You can plan, you can prepare, you can work out all the kinks and all the bumps and all the details. But this year, for tying up loose ends, clearing out what's no longer required, finishing those undone projects, being done with what no longer serves, and opening yourself up to life's immense goodness. Much love, my honey.